What is going on, everybody? This is your good pal Earthlab, and after many months of promising a video, I finally will come through, and I'm happy to introduce to you the Week 1 battle in the Alola International Season 5. This league is run by my good pal Grounded Gliscor, really talented guy, and such a great leader of the league. He was kind enough to let me upload for his league, and I'm pretty excited for it. This is going to be a great season. I think I drafted a pretty good team, which I promise eventually that draft analysis video is going to come up. Schedule just kind of screwed me up a little bit, but I'm happy to bring you this video, at least for the moment. So this week I'll be facing the Seattle Supersonics. The trainer for this is actually Sam, but unfortunately Sam just needed a sub for a few weeks, so Omega Emerson was kind enough to help him out with that a little bit. So I got to face him, and this was a really fun battle, as y'all will see here. And let's go through the teams and check it out. So Omega Emerson's bringing this Raton Wash, the Mienshao, Scolipede, Mamoswine, the Mawile, and the Dragonite. I kind of thought he would bring in this team. With the exception, I was just kind of iffy on whether or not he was going to bring that Mienshao. But I mean, it makes sense. It helps out with the Heatran, and it helps out with the Lycanroc. And if it's bringing in Poison Jab, definitely against my against my Slurpuff and Tangela, absolutely. But I decided to bring a Misspray, which it's a high HP investment Misspray with Choice Scarf, and it's carrying Psyshock, Ice Beam, Stealth Rock, and U-Turn. And with Levitate, it just kind of helps me out with the ground type Pokemon, and the likes of Mamoswine. But U-Turn just to kind of give me some momentum in the game. And Stealth Rock, I mean, I know it's kind of weird to bring Stealth Rock on a Scarfer, but I'd much rather bring it on Misspray than I would have on Lycanroc. And we'll go over that, and Heatran as well. There were just other things I wanted to bring with Heatran. And then we'll go next to Zygarde. I played around with it a little bit. I like playing around with Zygarde. I think very good mod for doing that. But anyways, Zygarde's going to have some attack investment. It's just all over the place. Investment in defense and special defense with Yachi Berry to help against the Mamoswine. I believe it survives an Icicle Crash from Mamoswine. And I think this was banded too, so when I was doing the calculations. But it's going to be carrying Coil, Thousand Arrows, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Tail. I just wanted to bring a more defensive Zygarde, and if I can set up before the Mamoswine gets in, it at least gives me a boost in attack to one-hit KO the Mamoswine, I believe is what the calculations were. And then, help me out against the Scolipede. It handles the Scolipede very well. After 1,000 arrows, I can, and if I have Rock Sop, I'll be in range to kind of help me out with Extreme Speed and one-hit KO it. The rules are that we are able to Baton Pass Speed without another stat. So that was one thing I had in mind with the Scolipede, which will explain my my Heatran set a little better when we get into it. But yeah, I mean, the Dragon Tail was just there in case that Scolipede did have Baton Pass, and decided to do that. But anyways, on to the Heatran. The Heatran was kind of a pretty it was a more defensive mon. 184 defense, 140 special defense investment. And it's going to be carrying Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, and Magma Storm. This Heatran was really pretty much there to help take on the Scolipede. So if Scolipede comes in, I'm going to be fearing Earthquake. And if he does decide to go for, I don't know, Protect or Baton Pass or whatever, or even Swords Dance, at least I can weaken it with Will-O-Wisp, or use Taunt on it so I can Baton Pass later on, or use Protect. Anyways, and then Magma Storm to kind of help me take on that Scolipede if I can catch it by surprise or on the switch. And then Toxic to bring in the Raton, which I kind of screwed that up a little later, but you'll see anyways. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next one, and then I'm bringing in Tangrowth with Rocky Helmet and Regenerator. Knock off Toxic, Leech Seed, and Earthquake. Really, it's just there to take on the Rotom Wash. I really wanted to do that, and then help me out with some other things like Mamo or Scolipede, what have you. You know, there's just a bunch of different things it can do. And and it's also there to help me take on the Mawile a little better, and you'll see it does a decent job of it. But yeah, and then we have the Lycanroc Dusk, which with Tough Claws, and it's carrying Swords Dance, Accelerock, Stone Edge, and Drill Run. You know, just the set that kind of just helps me take on the rest of his team once it's weakened. I can hopefully we'll be able to get a Swords Dance in and kind of run through his team a little bit once they're weakened, obviously. And then finally we have Slurpuff. Slurpuff is mainly there just to set up webs. My team definitely would appreciate this, especially if he brings in a Scarf Mienshao, which he might. But yeah, it's carrying Belly Drum, Play Rough, Return, and Sticky Web. I feel like that's a pretty basic Slurpuff set. You know, and I brought a Belly Drum set just in case I could set up. It's always a possibility, but Slurpuff is just there for the webs. But anyways, let's go ahead and go on and do the video here. And as we move along, I'll kind of explain some of my choices and moves as well, so I'll be pausing a lot. And please excuse the lag on the video, guys. I had some issues with the recording part of it. He opens up with the Rotom Wash, and I go in with the Missprit. So I mean, there was going to be a few things he would do here. Either he would Toxic or Volt Switch, but I decided to go for the Rocks just to have that out there and, you know, already threaten his team. That especially if that Scoliped's going to be a problem. We have that Will-O-Wisp. When I get burned, no big deal. Like, this thing's not. It's just there to kind of help weaken his team a little bit. And I go for the Tangrowth. This is its sole job, is just to help me with this Rotom. That's it. And if it can get a few more, hits, that's awesome. Barely did anything. So that's the Mienshao. So I kind of do like, so here I switch out Tangrowth, but I bring in the Slurpuff. The Slurpuff has enough investment in it that I can survive a few hits, especially with the berry. And once the berry's gone, it's gonna outspeed this Mienshao. I believe. I can't remember. I think it does. But anyways, it's supposed to. Anyways, but yeah, that's why I ended up switching out into this. Like I said, Slurpuff was only really there to get the webs up. So he uses Poison Gem. Citrus Berry, and I survive another hit. See, I guess I don't. So, anyways, we switch out. I don't remember if it does outspeed. I really do not remember. I think it does. But anyways, I get the webs up, which is fine. Like this thing, and then I mean I have no other use for Slurpuff, so I said, what the heck? Let's just go with the Belly Drum here, which I think was a good choice. I can at least take out one of his Pokemon. And that was very lucky of me. That was nothing but luck there. But even regardless, like, I don't care about this Slurpuff. All I wanted to do is just weaken something. He makes an interesting choice. He decides to sack the Mienshao here, because I'm going to go for Play Rough. And I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he just decided to sack it, bring in something that might help it. Because he does bring in, as you'll see, the here, watch actually. Sends out Judy, which is that Mammo Swine. So Ice Shard, I think, should have killed here. But as you'll see, check it out. The Slurpuff survives it. By 8 HP, so it's like it's right there, and just amazingly, this Slurpuff just takes on this Mammo Swine, which just helps me out tremendously, because that Mammo is a monster. man, like half of my team is affected by it. Now that it's out of the way, it leaves a lot of my other mons free to do whatever the hell they want. Excuse the cursing, guys. So he brings in this guy, the Mega Mawile. Look at that. Boom. I'm actually really excited to narrate this. Like, this is my first Wi-Fi battle uploaded, and it's wonderful. So I decided to use Play Rough, weaken it a little bit. It's not going to kill it, but holy wow, that does so much. So I know it's got Fire Fang now, so that's a plus. But the Slurpuff did a lot better than I was expecting it to. So that made me very, very happy. And then we bring in this Heatran. So this is where I make silly mistake, really, really silly mistake. So instead of going for the Toxic, I go for the Magma Storm. Yeah, see, the Magma Storm, and it still misses anyways, which is pretty great for him. But he gets his leftovers. So I decide to stay in. I was hoping he would Volt Switch. But at least I have the Toxic on this for Tom. But he decides to go for the Rain Dance. Which is, yeah, so he decides to go for the Rain Dance. Yeah, and I mean, you know, that's fine. I'm expecting Thunder now, I guess. But in actuality, I think he ends up bringing Hydro Pump. Yeah, that's what it was, Hydro Pump. I take out the Tangrowth, obviously. Like I said, its sole job is to just scare off this Repom. Like, look at that. Almost nothing. Tang doesn't care. Tang doesn't care. He's got Regenerator. He doesn't care. And then he brings out the Dragonite, which is a great, fantastic choice, I think. So I withdraw the Tangrowth. I don't want to weaken it. I don't want it to get hurt. It's only there for the one mod. So I decide to bring out the Missprit. And boom. Yeah, that did quite a bit. Yeah, but luckily I outspeed it, and this Ice Beam just weakens the heck out of it. Like, look at that. Beautiful. And if this Missprit survives, like, it would have been great, but unfortunately that burn just kills me. But at least the Missprit damaged it enough to for me to come in, and Lycanroc can just Accelerock it. Accelerock. Thank God for Grounded for suggesting I pick this guy up. That priority is nice. I mean, he might have not even been a Scarfer. Was probably I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what he brought in with that one. But the Lycanroc, like, I'm not gonna risk the Lycanroc here. I'm gonna go straight to Tangrowth. Like I said, that is its job. Look at that Will-O-Wisp. Don't matter, homie. Tangrowth will take anything and everything. The Ratom's toxic, like, it's poisoned. It's totally fine. But I am packing Earthquake and Knockoff on this thing, so, like, I mean, that burn just does suck, but I mean, it wasn't gonna do much anyways in the first place. So he sends out Daddy. Yes, the Scolipede is God. Yeah, I don't know why Scolipede just scares me. But that knockoff, you know, the Life Orb. Oh, thank goodness I brought the Life Orb. Or sorry, thank goodness I knocked off the Life Orb. That would have been bad. So I mean, I'm not gonna risk Tangrowth. I'm switching out to the Zygarde. The Zygarde, I mean, it's gonna be the best Pokemon I have to take it on. Because I was fearing Earthquake, honestly. So I'm not bringing out that Tran. So he goes for Mega Horn, which, I mean, hindsight 2020, then the Heatran would have been better, but I was not risking that Earthquake. He keeps using Mega Horn. Yep, I decided to go for the 1,000 Arrows. Unfortunately, it's not enough to kill it, but that's why priority is beautiful. We have extreme speed here, and boom, Daddy is gone. Daddy is out. He left and never came back. And we have Alex Jones. That's pesky Rotom. So I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing back the Zygarde. I mean, I have maybe one more time I can bring it in, and then maybe use extreme speed on something. So I'm gonna save it. But like I said, Tangrowth is here to take on that Rotom. Look at that. Yes, thank God for Tangrowth. It is like literally my favorite Pokemon now. I am always going to draft this thing, always from now on. So there's the Mawile. What do I end up doing? I think I end up doing, let's see. So we got the webs. So this was a super bad mistake. Ooh, yeah, Leech Seed. Leech Seed misses. But super bad mistake is, as you'll see, even though there's webs up, I don't outspeed that Mawile. So that was a silly mistake. Then I used Earthquake to take it out. I stand by, keep, letting it take the damage from the Fire Fang. As you saw it, like, I mean, it took a little bit, but I mean, I think it gets 3-hit KO'd by it. I think it was my calculations. When I was doing the calcs. But anyways, that Earthquake was just there to take on that Mawile. So I mean, it's weakened now, but at this point, this Rotom's like kind of done. So I'm gonna let it go. Tangrowth fainted. I mean, there's really nothing else that I could have brought in immediately. But yeah, I mean, this Rotom's poisoned. I come in with the Zygarde, and we just thousand arrows into oblivion. Honestly, look at that, boom. And yeah, there you go, guys. But we left with a 3-0 win, which is a pretty okay start. If I played a little smarter, maybe if I'd invested in that Tangrowth, definitely it would have been a much better. Maybe we could have gone with it. We could have gotten away with a 4-0. Definitely some stuff I need to work on with that. Keeping that in mind. Because I mean, that Mawile isn't even that fast. What is it, like 50 base speed? So at least the Tangrowth, I could have invested into it. I'm not gonna beat myself up over not having the 4-0 win, but the 3-0 is very good. Omega Emerson played a fantastic game. But yeah, you guys, I hope this is gonna be a regular thing. I'm really excited. I do want to do these videos. And I'll be coming at you with some more content. But thank you so much for watching. And definitely, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Any ideas for future teams, or any suggestions on what I could have done better. Those are always appreciated, guys. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.